Hi, everyone, and thank you, David. And also, thank you, Denise Meredith and your team at WBC for making this event possible. I'm delighted to speak to you all today, and thank you so much for your undivided attention. My name is Jason Robinson. I'm a digital marketing strategist for Stark Marketing in Los Angeles, California. And through my 20-year career in media and entertainment marketing, I've worked alongside marketing management teams and executive level managers, advising on how to reduce acquisition costs, to do more to acquire and retain customers, and to also build community and loyalty around their brands. So, based on my experience with dozens of digital transformations, my presentation today will focus on some of the big decisions executives need to make and how they can go about making them during this time of unprecedented disruption. Today, I want to focus on where we're heading, the role of executive leadership, and the key areas of influence that will make or break a company's digital transformation. So, with that being said, let's get into it. We all know it goes without saying, but media and the ways we engage with it are constantly evolving. From the way that we discover, consume, share, fund, produce, and even the way that we're paying for media is going through a major transformation. According to this PwC Global Revenue Projections report, by 2023, revenues for the global entertainment and media industry are expected to reach $2.6 trillion. And it's also expected that those digital revenues will account for over 60% of total revenue. So with this understanding, business executives, they understand the need to reinvent their business, but what they should prioritize is less clear. So whether it's reimagining the existing business model or something more radical, such as plunging into a new market, there needs to be a detailed roadmap for them to follow if they're going to have a successful transformation. The three key areas I believe executives need to focus on are operational excellence, rebooting innovation, and accelerating the talent. Let's talk about area number one, operational excellence. Now, for an example, let's start in the early 1980s. Madonna comes to the scene. And, there's little to no reason to suspect she'd have more than 15 minutes of fame. But in the 3 decades since her debut album, she's actually managed to remain a media icon. I believe she's the perfect example of reinvention. In fact, the name of her 6 concert tour was called Reinvention. And, I know that Madonna may seem like an unlikely touchstone for modern business, but her ability to adapt to new trends and sometimes set others offers a lessons for companies struggling with their own digital transformation. Think about the transformation initiatives that you're focusing on for the next 12 months. Which ones are the most critical to achieving your business goals? Because those incremental adjustments or building something new outside of the core business can provide real benefits. And in many cases, I would suggest this is a crucial first step for a digital transformation. Simply taking an existing product and putting it on an e-commerce site or digitizing a customer experience, that is not a digital reinvention. Reinvention is a rethinking of the business in itself. Remember, Netflix evolved from a company that rented DVDs to a company that streams entertainment for a monthly subscription to one that now creates its own content. And I believe this is a well-known example of continuous reinvention, one that is a little bit more current. So next, let's talk about area number two, rebooting innovation. Because when it comes to innovation, we often think it's something that happens in brainstorming sessions about irresistible products where someone develops clever marketing campaigns to launch and sell the hell out of it. But let's take the product out of the equation for a moment. Let's consider innovation across your entire organization. Start with your profit models, your processes, your products, and your policies, because breaking innovation down into these factions and tackling them individually will actually allow you to move faster and more, you'll have more agility with your operation. Next, when empowering employees, this This means the corporation needs to create a culture where employees feel some level of autonomy and, of course, with exceptions, of course, to think independently and to find new ways to solve problems. Great leaders make smart decisions, but they also know they can't and they shouldn't do it all alone. Leading is as much as about listening and mentoring, trusting and empowering your team as it is about anything else. And as a bonus tip, you might want to consider the burning house scenario. If your house was on fire, what would you grab as you're running out the door? Now, apply that to your business. What would you want to take with you if it all came crashing down today? I'd hope for you that you'd grab the ability to innovate and to inspire innovation in your team, because I feel that that's really the foundation for growth. That's the difference maker, or the company's special sauce, if you will. And there's no one path to innovation, but it's clear that it doesn't happen by accident. It needs structure, leadership, and above all, it needs recognition. And area number 3 is all about accelerating talent. And like every industry that's being affected by the disruption today, the workforce of tomorrow is going to present a lot of complexities. We can expect it to have huge demographic spreads and ranges of backgrounds and habits and demands and expectations. And it's all going to be very, very different from what it is today. Purpose-driven, socially responsible organizations, those have become magnets for young talent these days. So what I would suggest is start off with your plan and analyze the future needs of your business to ensure your talent pipeline doesn't lag behind your future needs. A lot of companies are commonly designing their plans and developing talent for today and today's reality versus tomorrow and its possibilities. I think that you have to identify the number of positions that are considered critical to achieving your business goals. And this is definitely going to help you get your hands around the scope of your talent management initiative. When it comes to attracting candidates, I, implore you to, create an employer brand to help potential candidates self-select you as an employer. Your employer brand describes what kind of employment experience you offer at your organization. Just like your internal corporate values, your brand should not be for everyone. It actually should inherently attract those who relate to it and encourage others to look elsewhere if they don't. From there, I would say do not compromise on your assessments. And, that means not compromising on your standards. When you're identifying future leaders for your company or hiring a frontline employee, I would suggest conducting periodic reviews of your talent to ensure that your plans are on track and the right people are being developed and rewarded appropriately. And when it comes to development, design your development options to target specific levels of competencies and make it individualized. Companies that I know who are best at developing their leaders use, tactics like executive coaching, cross-functional experience, job, rotations. And this is all to remain relevant. And plus, workers need to migrate up the value chain. Reinventing themselves and constantly growing and improving their skills is only going to add value to your business's strategic goals. And last but not least, the reward part. Companies that excel at developing their leaders ensure significant compensation between top performers and their peers. And, don't get it twisted. It's not all about compensation. You can tell your top performers who they are. You can thank them for their contributions, give them exposure to your top management and board, and, all together make sure that they're feeling challenged. And remember at the same time, Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your talent pipeline. So since digital transformation is not a once-off event, but rather an ever-evolving process, I feel that a continuous improvement mindset is necessary to fuel your digital transformation moving forward. I feel that business executives and managers, they need to seed cultural change by rewarding innovation, encouraging radical thinking, and ensuring metrics that are aligned with the customer outcome. Overall, There's a lot of factors and a lot of questions to consider in order to transform successfully. And in order to bring your digital transformation visions to life, executives should look beyond technology transformation as the end all and be all of the journey. Consider the proper integration to organizational goals, vision, and mission. Carefully examine your value proposition to your stakeholders. Get buy-in from your employees. And instilling the proper organizational culture, assessment of current state and processes are some of the aspects that I believe that you're going to need to do to make your digital transformation journey into a more holistic approach. Thank you so much for taking your time and listening to me today. Everyone have a great rest of your day.